Acha, now, frankly, all of you, let me know. These are your functions. Let's talk about. Now, maybe I did tell you in the previous lecture as well. As far as spreadsheets is concerned, uh, the best way to do spreadsheet is that you make your notes. I'm telling you. So you list down your functions. You should know what these functions do, because this is what all data analysis is. Data analysis simply means that you should have good analysis skills to solve a problem. Now, obviously, the only way you can have good analysis skills is that if you have a knowledge about functions. I will discuss some random functions today. That's what the class is today all about. Okay, some of the functions that are quite somehow indirectly related to the syllabus. Remember, I told you that in January we will be doing some advanced revision. So this is that advanced revision I was talking about. So let's do it right now. Okay, from the very first column, this first column that we have, you just let me know which function do you want me to revise, or you want me to start from the scratch, whatever.
Sir, multiple if.
Multiple if, right. So first of all, multiple if as concerned, I hope all of you can see my screen, or do I have to like reduce the resolution if the font size is visible to all of you?
Yeah.
It is visible, is it fine? Okay, if it's fine, it's
Yes, sir.
okay, fine. So what we have over here is, as you can see, let me put A in double quotes as well. Now, nested if, the point is, why do we need nested if? The reason why we have if is obviously it's a condition. It means if a particular condition is true, something will happen. And if that condition is not true, something else will happen. That's why. The good thing about Excel is that we have these syntax in Excel that gives us the answer. If I replicate this, it gives me the answer for A2. If I keep on going down, it gives me answer for A3, A4, and so on and so. So this concept where the values in Excel increase by the value of 1, we call it relative referencing. You know that. And you can even lock the cells. You can lock the cells by hitting F4. Okay, probably F and F4 on your keyboard, on your laptop. But on desktop computers, you just simply have to use F4. So therefore, if you press this, you will be locking the cell. If I lock the cell, it means the cell will not increment, as you can see over here. Just talking about it. So we have relative referencing and we have absolute referencing. Absolute means static. Absolute means it will not change. Relative means relatively it will increase by the value 1. If you talk about nested if, the way we construct nested if is that, in fact, let me construct it again over here. So if I want a nested if over here is, the reason why I need nested if, because I have multiple conditions. In the first example, I just had one condition. If the value in A2 is greater than or equal to 90, we say good, otherwise we say bad. But no, I want more detail this time. I want is that if the value in A9 is greater than 90, I would like you to write A. Otherwise, no, I will not end otherwise with false, because if I end otherwise with false, I end the function. I don't want to end the function because now I want nested function, nested if, multiple ifs, multiple conditions. So in order to cater multiple conditions, I need multiple ifs. So instead of the false value in the first if, I would use another if. And here you go. In this second if, I would say is that logical test. What's my logical test? My logical test is, I'll click on this cell. If this cell is greater than 80, I would like to display B. What would you like to display afterwards? Comma, false? No, not yet. Another one. Another if. Here you go. So now I would say is that if this cell is greater than 70, what do? I want C. Comma. One false? No, I don't want false. Another if. Let's make this the last one. Brackets. And here we go. This cell, if it's greater than 60, let it be D. Otherwise, now since I'm in the last if, that's important. Since I'm in the last if, since I've decided that okay, with four ifs I can complete my work. So now I can specify for my false statement. So I would say over here is okay, fine. Try again. That's my false value. Now try again basically means the only way try again will come is when this condition, this condition, this condition, and this condition, they are not true. Only then try again will come. So let's click and see. The number of brackets that I have opened up, same number of brackets I'm closing. Okay, I replicate this and here we go. So it works in this manner. Is this clear to all of you? Yeah, like
Yes.
being recorded. If you want to have a look at it again, you can do it. Okay, one interesting thing over here is since I did not do greater than equal to 90, it did not consider 90. So let's say if I had over here was 91, I would have fallen at A grade. Now, one thing very important, if you somehow you had this question in mind that once I'm writing A is greater than 90, A, then if A is greater than 80, so does this actually mean that when I write A is greater than 70, then these value, what about these values? Which means anything which is greater than C, then it might come over here as well. Do you get my point? I mean, I'm just trying to confuse you in case if you come up with this question that since we have specified this, any value greater than 70 should be C. This means why are these two values not C? They are also greater than 70. Well, the reason for that is in Excel, when you type nested function and when you start typing the conditions 1, condition 2, the condition 3, so the every next condition basically ignores the previous one. And this is the way it basically works. So in case if somewhere you would have thought of it, I just explained you right now. So every next condition that you have will be ignoring the previous one. It will not be related to that. Okay, let's go back. By the way, let's talk about validation if you want to. So what about lookup, VLOOKUP? Any problem in that? HLOOKUP? Anyone?
Sir, could you
No.
just give a brief recap?
Sure, I will do that. Lookup basically is a search function. Okay, whenever the examiners, let's say, use a search function, we will be referring to VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. V in VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. It means vertically we can search for data. You will always be provided with some data where we call this summary information, like this one. It's summarized information. We have the grades and the percentage of subjects in different columns. And then we have information somewhere else where we have to actually fill up the data, where I have to put the functions and the formulas. Now, let's talk about this particular case. So we have over here is equals to, now this cell is equals to, I would say this cell should be equal to what? VLOOKUP, okay? Now VLOOKUP says, give me the lookup value. Now, please, lookup value is a single value. I just every year I see students having a confusion in this. Instead of selecting a value, they select a range. Now, when we talk about value, it's just a single value. When we talk about array, then we talk about range. So you should know that what Excel is asking you, Excel knows what they're asking you. You have to be specific about it. So lookup value means a single cell value. So that particular value that you're trying to search, look up for. I am trying to look up for this A. What is A in case of ICT? Okay, fine, comma. Okay, let's continue with the syntax. Table array. I just told you table array means range. So where is your range? Okay, my range is this range. This is my range. Okay, that's my range. Absolutely. My range does not include the field names, please. I'm sure no one has confusion with this. I did not select the field names because my field names are not my data. Now, we did discuss this before that whenever we have a range, we make it static. So I'll press F4 to lock the range. We'll always will always lock the ranges. Okay, you should write this in your note. Okay, then I want the column index number. Column index number means the column from the summary table from where you want to get the data, from which column holds the values that you want. So in this case, I have one, two, third column, the third column. Okay, so I'll write 3. And then comma 0 is for the exact match. We'll go for exact match always. Okay, so enter. Now, if I replicate this, I get this. The reason why we have NA is because I don't have R over here. So NA should appear. Now, instead of 0, if I would have typed over here was true, which is false, okay? Sorry, true, which is, then what would happen? I get 45. In case of use not defined here, I get 45. Why 45? Because we choose the option approximate. So it means it will try to give me the approximate value, which is E45. So E is the closest value we have is E to R. So it will give me that particular value. Is this clear, beta? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Let me emphasize on one more thing. Let's say if I copy this, and if I, let's say, somehow paste it over here. Okay, and let me somehow just expand this. Now, let me just delete this. And let me just apply the formula again. Is equals to Vlookup. My lookup value is this, agree with me, comma. Now my table array, I'll choose from here. This is my table array. Agree with me, I select F and F4 and I log the range, comma. And my column index number will be what now? What will be my column index number?
3.
So it would be the same one.
I just wanted to confirm that no one has a confusion with this. So still it is 3 and let's say comma 0. Why 3? Because actually we don't refer to these A, B, C as the column numbers when we talk about it. I'm referring to the column number which is in this range, and wherever this range is, from this range, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. I just wanted to bring this up, maybe in case someone might have thought that this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's why I thought so. No, that's not the case. Am I clear what I wanted to say? You get the point, right? So the column index number refers to wherever the range is, okay, from there. Okay. And the same manner, we've talked about this before. Let's say you have this data, we have this data, copy it. I'm recording this as well. So if I right click on this and if I right click and if I say transpose, I could actually transpose my information, my data, as you can see. My fields which were vertically being displayed, now they're being horizontally being displayed. So I've transformed my information. So this is transpose. You could still copy this information again, and right click, and you could say transpose again. And here you go. So this is how you can transpose your information. You should know what transposition means. So please make a note of this, that you know how to transpose data. One tiny procedure point that comes in the exam can create a confusion, and I don't want that. Okay? So VLOOKUP basically means vertical lookup. It means what am I saying? Horizontally. HLOOKUP, H is horizontal, and it remains the same. It's quite the same. We have over here is my lookup value, comma, my table array from here till here. I will press F and F4 to lock the range, comma. I want for maths, and maths is my second row in my summary table, comma 2, and comma 0 to find the exact match. And here we go. Let's say even if I did not have this data, I would replicate this way. That's your HLOOKUP. Any problem? Any problem, beta? Anyone? No.
Sir, I wanted to ask that we had this monthly exam once in which we had to apply the formula of multiple if,
Yes,
and
beta.
it said that multiply each criteria by 200, but it won't apply. Could you do that? As in, if you have this grade, then you add 250 to it and then calculate the result.
Okay. One second. One second. So what you're saying is, um, can we just consider this as, let's say, a price? So what you're saying is, you're talking about nested if, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me just construct something and I'll explain you. What I'm saying over here is, if let's say this cell is equals to yeah, A, comma, then I would like to do is,
Multiply by 20.
yeah, this cell should be multiplied by 20. Otherwise, if this cell is equal to B, comma, then this cell should be multiplied by 30. I don't know, whatever. Otherwise, comma, we would multiply this cell by 40. Let's say if we have three statements to cater, or if we have more, I could have added another if. Okay, no problem with that. So if I press enter, this is what I get. Just made a random question statement, but I hope this was what you were asking.
Yes.
Somehow, yes or no?
Sir,
Yes, beta.
sir, can you please do this again?
Beta, lecture is being recorded. If you want it, I can do it again. But you can watch it.
Okay, I'll see it afterwards.
Yeah, because I just want to save the time. It's being recorded. Okay, so I will share it as soon as the lecture is over. Okay. Sum if is clear, all of you. Why do we use sum if and sum ifs? Sum if.
You do sum if.
Yeah, we use sum if is, for example, I want the total score of Ali, which means this plus this plus this plus this, or I want to find the total score of Basit, this plus this. So we use sum if for that. So sum if basically is one of the function that has two ranges and a criteria. Two ranges, one range, criteria, sum range. Now, sum range basically obviously means it's a numeric range, okay? Numeric number. So range means product names, whatever. So I select this range where I have the names. We know that if we have a range, we make it static, F and F4, comma, and we have a criteria, which is Ali. And then it says, comma, again, give the sum range. And here we go. That's my sum numbers. And I press Fn and F4, right? F and F4. So here we go. If I replicate this, I get the answers. So what's happening? I am finding out the sum of Basit, but it's how do we read it? We read it this way. If you find the criteria E8, from this range, then you correspondingly sum the values from the points. Are you following me? So sum if basically means this. If criteria, then you sum by having a look at this and corresponding the values, whatever they are, and you sum them up and display them here. That's sum if. Yes or no? Clear?
Sir, there was this question in which it said it regarded the formula count if,
Mm-hmm.
and it said that count these cells which were text, but
Mm-hmm.
it said that it has to start with let's say the letter F.
Right, beta. For example, yeah, okay. For example, I have over here is, let's say I have sign, okay, and I write over here is it should start with capital S, right?
Hmm.
right? And then I can have is over here is for example. So I'm sorry. What am I supposed to do? If it's starting with S, then what should I do? Then
Count the cells that contain any word that starts with S.
no problem. Here you go. So is equals to I can use over here is countif range. That's my range. Okay, and comma, and inside double quotes. Inside double quotes, I would say is star. The same thing we use in Access as well. So here you go. S star means beginning with S. There are three that begin with S. Is it clear, beta?
Yes, and if it says that it should end in M, so
And
we put the
you tell me.
you put S question mark.
Star S.
Question mark.
No, to question mark is for a single character, beta. Star S. It means star S means that S is coming at the end. Before S, there could be any number of characters. I'm not concerned about that. Any number of characters, but it's ending with S. When we type star S, it means it's beginning with S, but after S, there could be any number of characters. Question mark means one of the 256 characters. Star represents all of them. So if I want to find out all those names that have A as a second character, I repeat again, I want to find all those names that have A as a second character. So question mark means any character could appear. Not my concern. A should be the second character, and after A, there could be any number of characters. I get 3. Yeah, S, A, Tariq. So there are 3 names that basically, you can see over here, there are 3 names that are basically have the second character as A. Please have a look. Make sure it's clear because this exactly the same concept comes in Access as well. So whenever in the criteria, remember this please, whenever in the criteria, okay, I use 2 wildcards together, I need to put them in double quotes. Okay, I need to put them in double quotes. You see, I have to, in the criteria, I put them in double quotation marks. There are certain things you have to remember. So I'm again repeating, please, you note this down. It's an important point. In any function, if you're using wildcards or comparison operators in the criteria, wildcards, which includes which are in our syllabus, this is a wildcard, this is a wildcard, this is a comparison operator, this is a comparison operator, this is a comparison operator. Why am I typing? Whatever. And this is a comparison operator. You get the point. So whenever you use these in a criteria, in a function, they have to be in double quotes. Okay, so there are certain things you have to remember. Is this point clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, since you just asked me this, why not discuss count ifs, which is also very important, and why not discuss some ifs as well? Okay. Now, since you just discussed with me count if, let's see what count ifs is. Count ifs basically is what? If you can have a look at this sheet, I have over here is name, gender, subject, score. I want to find out, let me not extend it that much. I'll explain it afterwards. I want to find out all those, how many female test scores were greater than 60%? How many female? Well, I want to count, and now it's not one column. If you try to understand the question, it can't be done with simple countif. If I was saying count how many times female is appearing, okay, you could have used countif. How many times English is appearing, you could have used. How many values are greater than 51? How many values are greater than 51? Okay, we could have used countif. Okay, by the way, how would we do that? Let me do this. How would I find out how many values are greater than 63? Can someone help me out? I use Countif. Okay, I agree, that's the range. And comma, what should I type in the criteria? How many
Female?
values, how many values are greater than 60%? So what will I type here? Yes, anyone? What will I type here to find out scores greater than 60%? Come on, it's easy. What's wrong? Very good. Excellent. Not greater than 60, but greater than 60 in double quotes. So you did remember the rule I was emphasizing on, that whenever we have to use comparison operator or wildcard in any criteria, they have to be in double quotes. I was waiting for double quotations. So you see, is this not a criteria? And so the rule says I will put in double quotes greater than 60. I will write percentage because percentage was part of it. So here we go. I have 7 values that are greater than 70%, 60%. Why did I write percentage? Because this percentage was not formatting. This percentage was actually a character that was appearing with numbers. So I went somewhere else because I want to discuss this. Is everyone clear on this, please? Is on this part. Everyone clear on?
Yeah.
Now I can go there. So Countifs basically says is that give me the first criteria range. Okay, my first criteria range is this, comma, what is your criteria? Female. Then it says give me second criteria range and give me its criteria. So basically it will count me that how many females, and it will have a look at this as well, how many female were greater than 60%. So it will see, okay, this is female greater than 60, yes. Female greater than 60, yes. Female greater than 60, no. Female greater than 60, yes. Female greater than 60, yes. No. Okay, so I get 4 values, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it's correct. You get the point. We could even extend this, comma, and at the same time who have opted English. So my third criteria, we will join again, beta, okay? The third criteria will be select this again and comma English. There are only 2 values. There are only 2 values where we have female, English, and greater than 60. I'm telling you, Countifs, please, is important. Make sure you know it. The lecture is being recorded, it will be available, but whatever I'm discussing with you, you should know it well. Everyone, anyone, any problem with this?
Could you please discuss using if and alone together? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll just do that. Is this clear?
Yes.
Sir, you won't lock the ranges?
Yeah, good question. But in this particular case, since I'm just trying to count in a single cell, I will not. But if I say if I had some data where I had to find multiple things, then I would lock it. Obviously, I would know that if I'm replicating it, so whenever we have to replicate, then we'll lock it. Okay? In this case, I'm not replicating, so I don't have to lock it. Okay, if and. Okay. I can discuss if and as well. Like over here. Is equals to if, and let's use and. I would say is if this, no, let me in fact do this. In fact, if this is equals to female, comma, and this is equals to maths. Okay, I need to put this in double quotes, right? Then what shall we do? Right. I don't know. What should I say? I should. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, if and this is a condition, and that's how we use and. If inside and we can have multiple conditions. And we could have even used or. Or means either. So, obviously, in case of either, I'll get more options because it means any one of them. Either should be female or math. So it's not female and not math. So it says okay. You get the point. Is it clear? Good question. This was a good question, by the way. Yeah, quite relevant. Right. Can I go back if it's clear? Yes, beta, all of you. Can I go back? Okay. Okay, right. We know what count A is, counts everything. We counts only numbers. We have discussed countif, count blank counts null values. We just discussed conditional counting, and where we discussed greater than 450 and starting with A. We have discussed that as well. The mid right left means if I want to extract a string. Okay, string means when any number of characters are joined together, we call it a string. So if I use left, I can split a string. A1, 3 means from the left hand side of this string, extract 3 characters. If I use right, I can extract 3 characters from the right hand side. And if I want to extract from the second till the second last, listen carefully. If I want to extract from the second till the second last, I use mid. So it means I want to start from the fourth, let's say somewhere from the fourth, or I would say, let's say, even I could say starting from the second till the fifth. Here we go. So second, third, fourth, fifth, right? So that's how you use the mid. We call them the splitting string function. I hope this is clear. Yes or no? Now, let me just elaborate this a bit more. For example, you have over here is the ticket number. Okay, and I will just randomly just write some ticket number. PK, this, OP, 67, R. Okay, that's my ticket number. I can just say control C. I will just make a change to this. I'll write over here is 6E and right. So that's my ticket number. What if the examiner says I want to find the flight number? Okay. Okay. I want to find is the seat number. Okay. So and the seat, let's say the seat number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7 and the 8. 7 and the 8. Okay. So how do we get this number 7 and 8 is equals to mid of this comma 7 comma 2, which means after 7 extract 2 characters. So I get this. Oh, I got 2 seat numbers anyway. And the flight number I will use left. Just give you an example. This could be a typical example that would come. So extract the first 1 to 5 characters from the left. That's my flight number. Is it clear? That's the way it will be done. And let's say somehow your 7-2, your 8, not the A, I would say is 1, 2, 3.
Sir, can it be asked that we're supposed to extract a certain character?
Yeah, I will just do that. You see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me extract the ninth character and let me leave it as, let's say, whatever is equals to. I will again use mid because I want to just explain something else as well. So mid, comma 9, comma 1. So I got this as like. Just number, I don't know, whatever number, I applicate this. So do you see I get the ninth, 7, 6, 4? Do you get this point? Yes or no? Any problem with this? But you know, what I want to emphasize on is that this basically, you can see it's a number, but it's not a number. What do I mean? Let's say you need to multiply this with some amount in this column. You could say is equals to this multiplied by 10. Okay. Okay, fine, it's okay. Let me not confuse you with this. I can stop this over here. If I later discuss it, it will be a bit more confusion. So is this clear? Is it clear how to extract all these? Any problem?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
We will connect again because I want to see that we have done everything. Okay, then I will end. So if it ends, we are joining again, all of you. So let's go back. Okay, what else over here? First, you asked me anything left from here?
In the 2018 paper, there was this validation rule that we had to apply. Could you?
Okay. In fact, let me stop sharing and let me join again because this will irritate me. So I will stop sharing and I'll join again.